Okay, hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. As I highlighted in the last session, this is a standalone session just for the pre-season shenanigans. We're going to get ourselves ready, we're going to prepare our car, we're going to see how much money we've got, and we're going to make our plans for next season. So what exactly are our plans for next season? Well, Potter had a 3-season plan in mind in order to be competitive in this World Motorsport Championship. So we're in season 2, so we don't expect to be massively competitive this season, and therefore we don't really want to waste too much money this season on needless things such as really good drivers to replace Sundin. Perhaps it's a waste of money. So this season, of course, we've got the drivers set, we've got the staff set, but we do need a couple more pit crew members to rotate when the fatigue sets in. So we need to keep an eye on that and get a couple more pit crew. We're getting a new designer, fingers crossed he's going to accept. Old Paddy Lock. That's definitely a necessity for us to be able to build the best parts possible, utilising his really good components. So then we're going to turn to the car. It's all about improving the performance of the car. That is the biggest key this season. Continue to develop the car. Everything else is on the periphery right now. So to help us do that, we're going to design a new car, so we don't have the stats available now. But we have the best suspension, we know that. We have a pretty good gearbox and engine, well, just about average on the grid. Same with the rear wing. Now at the start of the season, like we did last season, we're going to focus straight away on the engine and gearbox, because those are the most important parts. They're the ones that crop up as most important and crucial most often during the season. So we'll like this season, we'll develop those early, and then at the back end of the season, we'll increase the performance once we have the reliability. Same sort of plan for the engine and gearbox. Then we're going to turn our attentions to the 2 components that we didn't focus on the season that's just finished, and that is the brakes and the front wing. So we're going to really aggressively develop those, and to assist us, we are going to construct the necessary buildings for those parts. So that will be a wind tunnel for the front wing, which is going to cost 9 million. And that is also, what else do we need? Suspension, brakes, and that will also be the brakes R&D facility. So 19 million on buildings, because we need these so that we can develop our some really good brakes and a front wing. 15 weeks in 22, so we need to do this pretty soon, because we could really do with these being finished round about sort of halfway through the season. Would be pretty nice. Also, because next season, not the one that's coming up but the season after, the 3rd season, we're going to replace Sundin. We want to be able to see the best drivers that we can possibly see, scout out the creme de la creme, so that we can have a really good driver alongside Sirikov, and for that we're going to need the scouting facility upgrading as well. This is not quite a priority now, but it definitely needs to be in place, ready towards the back end of the season, so that we can get the scouting finished. So the 3 buildings this season that we could really do with is brakes R&D, wind tunnel and scouting facility, for a grand total of, what's that, 25.5 million. It's going to cut into our balance quite heavily. So we're going to get the chassis design first, then we're going to see how much money we've got left over, and we'll take it from there. So let's do it. Let's get this chassis ready for next year. Come on. We've saved up a whopping 10 million. Wow. It's because we were only putting away a very low amount. Okay, so how are we going to do this? How are we going to develop our chassis? We're not going to be competitive. When I say that, I mean we're not going to be battling for podiums. So we don't really want to splash out too much and waste our money. We want to focus our money on the buildings and the parts rather than this season's chassis. But we do want to have a semi-decent chassis. Now, fuel efficiency, I think, is not quite as key, given that we are 2-stopping, so we don't have to preserve our fuel so much. improvability is nice, and it certainly helps with the development stage of when you're trying to develop your components and things. But given that we've got a really good designer coming, I think maybe not so important. I think it's more important when you've got a weaker designer. It helps offset that. So what we're doing is I'm so bothered about fuel efficiency, and kind of not so bothered about improvability. So very weak, very strong. It's pretty useful actually. 18.2 million and 28 improvability, but just for an extra 18 grand you can get medium very strong, so that's pretty handy. But for 16 you get kind of strong, which gives you quite a nice balance really, and it's 2 million cheaper. So do we want a Steinman engine, given how good the Steinman cars are, or do we want a Rossini? Improvability is more important, plus we get a better base stat modifier. Is it worth an extra couple of million? Maybe. We'll play it by ear. We'll get that for now, and we'll sort of tweak it if we need to, depending on how much we spend on the other part. So that is the engine. We're going to have the superior Steinman. What do I say? I'm trying to save money here. We should really go for the hammer, shouldn't we? Very weak, very weak. Not bothered about either, I said. But I think a bit of base stat modifier would be useful. So, fuel supplier. I think we're gonna offset the performance of our with our engine with the performance of our improvability here. Now, medium weak seems to work for me. Medium weak seems to work for me. No need for a very strong fuel efficiency here. So it's either choice between these two. Do we go medium very weak, or do we go medium weak? Fuel efficiency goes up. I think we go medium very weak. I think we can do that because we can play with these sliders to optimize. So I think we really go cheap on the fuel supplier. We have a really good engine, but we're putting in a really crappy fuel. Not a good combination, but there you go. Material supply. This is where we need some performance. We've seen tyre wear is a big thing. Tyre heating maybe not so much so, but certainly tyre wear really did play a part this season after the patch. So I want at least a strong tyre wear. So I don't want to pay 16 million, but I certainly don't want to go any cheaper than 10. So that seems about right to me. And then brakes again. This is the strongest tyre wear here. So 7 million. I think we'll go for that as well. So 36 million. It's quite a chunk, but it still leaves us with 35 million in the bank with the chairman's payment to come. That doesn't seem to be too bad. Last season we've spent 32, so it's a slight improvement on last season, around about the same price. I think that works. So we're going to tweak this now and see what we can get out of it. Because I quite would like to decrease the fuel efficiency, which will also help increase the tyre wear, which is quite handy. So if we go a little bit, so if we go 2.5 fuel efficiency out there to give us 3.5 tyre wear, quite like that. And in terms of the tyre heating improvability, sorry, wrong stats, wrong. Try again. About there, here. So this is going to switch between tyre heating and improvability. I think with tyre heating 3-star, improvability 4, that kind of works for me as well. So I quite like that. I mean, we won't be able to push on the higher engine modes for as long during our stints, but as I said, I don't think it's as important when you're forced to have to make 2 stops and your fuel capacity is very small. I mean, this could bite me in the backside, I suppose, but we'll try it. We'll try it for the season. So 3 tyre heating, I'm happy with that. 3.5 tyre wear, I'm happy with that. Improvability is up at 4, definitely happy with that. And fuel efficiency 2.5. So that kind of works for me. 36 million. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We get a bit of a discount, of course. Being shrewd with our monies. We may get some opportunities in the that crop up to improve the chassis. maybe a few random opportunities, so we'll see what happens. So we got 37 million, 20 million to come. I'm just trying to weigh up whether or not we want to get those buildings now. We're losing 1.8 million per race. I think what we're going to do now actually is we're going to go for the pit crew staff. We need pit crew staff. They are going to recover, of course, ready for next season. You can auto manage the pit crew. So auto management of the pit crew. The mechanic you nominate to take charge will bench overly tired crew members, renew contracts, and replace retiring crew members. I'm kind of tempted to do that, you know. But we still do need a couple more. So if I do that, will they hire staff? I don't think they will hire staff. They'll just renew contracts and replace retiring crew. But they won't hire any new ones, I don't think. So if we hire a couple more new members to give us a bit more ability to swap in and out, I think that would work. So we're going to go for hire staff. Now we want staff that are pretty good across the board, so he's pretty nice. He's got some all balanced stats, so we'll go higher, and we'll pay the price. We'll pay the signing on fee. So he's been brought into the fold, has he? I believe so. I don't know where he's gone though. Oh, there he is. Oh, we've got 2 more slots, so we'll go for the maximum. So we got him as well. And we'll get one more. Not really stoked about any of these. He's not so bad. Just go with it. We'll go with the flow here. Not time to mess around. So they are added to our wage list, which is going to increase our cost per race by 100,000. Fine. Budget for next year's car. This is going to be the interesting one. Right, bear with me. Right, sorry about that. I just nip down and grab my dinner, which I will be munching away on very shortly, I imagine. So we've designed the chassis. I'm happy with the chassis as it currently stands. We're going to advance and see what happens next, because we've got some news to come regarding a potential new designer. Oh, shooting hellfire. He's rejected. He's rejected. Insulted. How can you be insulted? How? We give you the biggest signing on fee we possibly could, and that was the only thing that you were unhappy with. I mean, you were neutral for another couple of things, but you weren't... So this is going to scupper our plans now, because we were banking on him coming over. Goodness gracious, why? I thought we had him in the bag. I thought we had him in the bag. This sucks. This really sucks. I mean, Rachel Adams. The reason I wasn't bothered about the stats. I'm not bothered about. What I'm more bothered about actually is the components. These are the more important things. A designer with very good components can really make up for 1 or 2 poor stats. And he had a really good couple of components. Could spend a while here looking for a new designer. Could be here all night, but I don't think it's worth the effort. Cost to break contract. There's a cost break. You know what? After doing all of that, the fact that it's going to cost so much money to get these guys, and we're doubling our salary, I think for this season we're going to leave him as he is. We're going to leave him as he is. We're going to offer him a new contract. We're going to make it a short one. He prefers a long one. I don't want to get tied down. I want a new designer next season. This may be a deal breaker, but we'll see. Wages aren't very important. He's currently on 265. Let's see if we can give him, see if he'll take a slight pay cut. He's got a bit of patience. Qualifying bonus 90 grand. We ain't going to qualify. So if we put first or above, we ain't getting first or above. So these will never come into play. So you can have whatever bonus you want, pal. Because we ain't getting first. So you can have 120 grand if we get first. Doesn't matter to me. So yeah, we'll go for a short contract. We'll give him this just a little bit less money. A bonus that's never going to come into play. See how he likes that. See how you like that, pal. We're rewarding you for your hard work. We're pretty much insulting you, really, but there you go. Right, Never mind. We don't get paddy lock. There you go. Brake supplier breakthrough. Do we want to get extra tyre heating for 2.5 million? Extra tyre heating would be handy. If it was extra tyre wear, I'd snap it up. Let's have a look at this. So it would give us 4-star tyre heating for 2.5 million. It's only 2.5 million, but we are losing 2 million a race now as well, so that's got to be taken into consideration. 2 million a race with building work to come. No, as I said, it's not about this season's chassis. Yes, we have a semi decent chassis, so that we've got some competitive edge, but we don't want to be breaking the bank for it. So no, we're going to save that 2.5 million. It can be put towards something that's more urgent, I think. So we'll deny that one. Contract accepted. Oh well, it looks like he's had the wool pulled over his eyes. Thank you. So he's taken slightly less money. He's taken a short contract, despite the fact that he wanted a long one, and a bonus that he's never going to hit. So yes, we'll sign it up gladly. How does that affect the finances? 1.9 million. So the budget for next season's car, we are going cheap. I know we're going to be splashing this cash next season to have the best car possible, but I mean, it's money we're putting aside into the pot. It's not extra money, it's just redirected to a different bank account effectively. Makes no difference really. Oh, a lot of contracts ending, a lot of action here. Getting quite a bit of news. We'll just stop things right there. Contract scouting reports finished. Let's have a look at some of these new drivers. Ooh, he's a club goer for extra marketability. Well, it is the off season. You can't blame the man. Right, let's go to scouting then. Let's go to the drivers and see what we've scouted. Anybody? Ooh, he's new. Geraldo Alvarez, out of contract. He's 4-star, potential to be 5. He's 23. Let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at him. We've also got another one here. Olga Makarova. It's her. She's potentially 5-star, 24. Both of them out of contract. Both of them young. Let's have a look at them, shall we? Let's have a look at what Valdez doing nowadays. Equal status, racing for Ozu Motor Team. He's still got that ridiculous hairstyle. Right, Alvarez, let's have a look. He hates leading. Wow. That is a very bad trait to have, and it's a permanent one. He is a paid driver as well, which is really frustrating because we'd be paying pittance for him. We'd have two paid drivers between him and Surikov. We'd be paying next to nothing for our drivers and really saving some money. But we can't have a driver that hates leading, unless he's going to be the number 2. But he's an overtake specialist and a wonder kid with extra potential. This hates leading is a deal breaker for me. Marketability not marvellous either, so it's a no for Alvarez. Makarova, on the other hand, has got a pretty decent marketability. Smoothness is bad though, and we've seen how smoothness affects the tyre wear in the situation. Wonder kid, passionate. Famous father for extra marketability and chairman, and meditates, but not a paid driver. Don't know what kind of wages she'd ask for. So it's interesting. So there are some drivers out there. We're not going from this season, of course. There's no need. It's a waste of money. We still have Sundin, but it's just worth to keep an eye on the market, isn't it? Just worth keeping an eye on the old market. Yes. Yes. Maybe we don't need the level 3 scouting facility. Just take what we can find so far. Right, moving on. Phase 2 of the pre-season will concern... I'm just thinking, we're whizzing through the time. We're whizzing through the time, and we could probably really do with getting those buildings built. It's going to take 15 and 22 weeks. If we want to be able to use them in the middle of the season, we're going to have to get them done now, aren't we? The thing was, I didn't really want to... I wanted to wait to see what the chairman payment was. But I don't think we can delay any longer, so we're going to go for it. Upgrade the wind tunnel. 27 million. And brakes R&D, that's another 10. But we need to be able to develop those parts quite efficiently. That's 18 million. Money's going to be tight this season. We're losing 2 million a race. Yeah, this is going to be tight, isn't it? This is going to be very tight. Tyre simulations, what's this? Extra tyre wear for 2.5 million. Very, very useful, but not for this season. Not for this season. If this was next season and we were really going for it great guns, we'd be snapping these up with both hands. But we're in a little bit of money trouble at the moment. Right, livery. Part 2 of designing next season's car is the livery. And as is always the case with the old Phoenix Knights Racing, I don't know why it keeps resetting the livery now. It never used to do that. It used to just carry it over. Now it resets it every time. And I don't like it. Because it doesn't seem to have the same colour scheme as before. Where's the old Phoenix Knights colour scheme gone? There was none of these. Was it part of the livery pack? Oh, there it is. It's there. Phew. Right, the sponsor colours are not right. They weren't actually... on the original Phoenix Knights cars, they weren't that colour. They were actually a grey-black. So we're going to reset that back to what it was. It was something like that. A grey kind of black they were. They're on something like that. And then the lighter sponsor colour... I don't even think there's any white sponsors, are there? I think we'll go the same colour. We'll have all the sponsors the same colour. So I'll have a grey, kind of blacky colour. So there we go. That was the original Phoenix Knights Racing colour scheme. So it's returned. Very, very big major change. We've just changed the sponsor colour. Yeah. It is what it is. It's a household name now. Is Phoenix Knights Racing. The car is it's become synonymous. So we can't change it. People be like, what the hell? No, we've got Phoenix Knights colour schemes in our bedroom, for God's sake, and now you change the colour of your car? It would be horrific. Right, so the final piece of the puzzle to the pre-season will be testing. But there is a unique opportunity. Windsor Racing have been in the news after one of their engines caught fire. Okay, so we can take advantage of this. So we can exploit extra team marketability, or we can have no impact. Now, our team marketability, we can actually check that, can't we? Somehow. Probably on the sponsor screen. So team marketability is already maximum, so there's no benefit to this. To get to the 5-star sponsor, we actually need Sirikos marketability to go up. But there you go. Sundance has dropped now because she's no longer APC champion. She was getting quite a big boost from that. So yeah, back to the mail. We're not going to do that. It serves no purpose other than to tick our chairman off, which we really don't want to do. Right, pre-season testing is on the way. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Pit crew. Auto manage now, thank you. We're going to give it to her because she's got 20 concentration and 20 pit stops. She is in charge. Eve Harding, do the job. I've given you the staff members, just do the job. Potter hasn't got time to deal with pit crews. Auto manage, perfect. One less thing to worry about, marvellous. I never did like the pit crew management anyway. So Eve Harding's taking control of the pit crew. Pre-season testing is about to begin. We know about weight stripping, thank you. Okay, very good. And we know. This would have been useful to tell us when this was introduced mid-season. Very good, but we've got it now. It's in the hands of Eve Harding. Thank you so much. Right, pre-season testing. Here we go. Fingers crossed. It really doesn't mean anything, but it'd be nice to be in the top 10. It would be a good sign. 9th, 10th, 15th, 11th and 15th. That's... Well, we've got some Katanos down here, and we know they're a top 5 team. So again, we've got a Steinman in 15th. So again, it doesn't really mean anything. What does mean something is we've got a gearbox issue. Yeah, not marvellous. Hopefully that'll be ironed out before the season starts. And the season, mark my words, is starting. As in, it's starting now. We are off. We are running. We are here. The last piece of the puzzle is how much dosh do we get from the chairman. Now here's the thing. We finished 6th last season. So some people will think, well, we can aim higher now. We've got a better car. We should aim higher. The thing is, we got a lot of points before the patch came out. Not the last one, but the one before. And things were a lot more difficult after the patch. So after the patch came out, we picked up not even half the points that we picked up in the first few races. So although I still think we can finish 6th, I don't think we're going to go any better than that. So it may look like on paper we haven't gone anywhere. We're finishing 6th last season, we're looking to finish 6th again this season. A 6th position finish this season would actually be a better achievement because of the patch situation. So we're going to say 6th again, consolidate ourselves. It still gives us a nice chunk of money. So we've got 56 million in the bank. We're losing 2 million a race. We're going to get sponsors in between. So actually the money situation, not too bad. Certainly good enough to keep pumping out those parts to improve our car, ready for next season. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to end it there. My dinner's going clap cold here. So join me for the next Motorsport Manager Week in a couple of weeks' time. And what we'll do is we'll take a look at the teams, the movers and the shakers. Who's moved teams? Which drivers have gone where? And where do we fit in? But actually, before closing the session down, I just want to check. Whoa, look at that. 7th best car now. Bloody hell. Let's take a look at it. Indeed we do have the best suspension on the grid. We knew that we did. It's been confirmed. We have the 5th best rear wing. That's pretty good. 6th best engine. 6th best gearbox. Of course, we got pretty shabby brakes and front wing, but that will be rectified when we have our buildings finished and we can get those epic components put into them. So overall, 6th place finish I think looks definitely doable. Let me know in the comments, where do you think we're going to finish in the constructors? 6th? Higher? 5th? Can we replace Kitano or Windsor as one of the big 5? It's going to be a good one, I think. I'm looking forward to it and I hope you are too. So join me next time. Until then, see you soon.